play DC no more, Jesse?
Huh?
You don't play DC no more?
That game is... I don't understand how you can still play that game.
Man, I can still play it. I'm the boss on the game. Like, you know what level I am right now?
You always
probably
want
stop
the
2K
Sports pregame show.
150.
You spit on that?
Welcome, everybody, to the
bottom
final
of the
game of this year's badminton tournament. It's
I know you
April
did.
Fool's time.
Oh, you
April
caught me.
Fool's
I thought I was in the wrong building, Ernie.
Me too.
I was like, what the heck is going on here?
What game is this, is what I was saying. Anyway, it's 2K Sports, and
You
it's the
spend all your money
NBA.
on the Black Ops.
And we've got the world's biggest joker, Shaquille O'Neal, and one of the most clever ones, Kenny
all
the
the
Jet.
DLCs, all you need guns.
Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the San Antonio Spurs.
Exactly.
Well, for San Antonio, they've gone 4-1 over the last
the
five,
season
playing
pass
pretty
with the
well,
game, which is
and they're looking to
$100
build on that tonight.
With the game.
Exactly.
And for all those teams that have wrapped up
Don't you want me to
playoff
spend more
spots,
money on DC?
Shaq, what can we
Okay.
expect from them strategically here at the end of the regular season?
Well, for the top team, Ernie, it becomes about securing home court advantage. You want to be peaking at the right time heading into the playoffs.
I'm about to go on Netflix, so I'll talk later.
Welcome to 2K Sports presentation of the NBA with the bad. News is there is no basketball, there is no NBA. The game has been canceled. Ha ha! Happy April Fool's Day, baby! This is the NBA, and we've got a great one in store. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on her sideline. At the United Center, Chicago fans are cheering for their Bulls. You look at San Antonio, and you look at their record 5 games back from the #1 seed.
And when I look at San Antonio, they've had a dream season. And I think they're only going to get stronger as we approach the postseason.
It really is amazing how far they've come in the course of one season. From afterthought to title contenders.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. He said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
Duncan dishes to Green. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Here is Rose. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Gasol a screen. And Gibson kicks to Dunleavy. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Butler against Green. Rejected by Gasol. And Gibson kicks to Gasol. On its way from Rose for 2. Another one falls for Chicago.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And Gasol sends it back.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
For 3. And it's Rose missing. Spurs have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Leonard. San Antonio again missing. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Gibson. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
And they'll keep possession. Back to Parker. Duncan outside. Over Gasol. And Duncan with the basket on the assist by Parker. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Rose passes to Gibson. Dunleavy for 3. Count that one. Dunleavy's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Bulls.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, the bench production in that game was terrific. Points from multiple sources.
Yeah, everybody that stepped on the floor played and made a contribution, and that's always a positive thing.
The Spurs making a switch here. West is checked in. Parker dishes to Leonard.
Hey, mama, just call
Just
me.
under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And here's Green outside. The shot's good on the assist by West. Green's got 5 points so far.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in a more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
The 17-footer. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Clock at 6. Here's Ginobili. Holiday with the block. Here we go, one-on-one. Over to the left wing. It's deflected. Mills with the steal. Ginobili outside. Foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. And for Manu Ginobili last season, not his best. Down in every measurable category since his rookie year. He's 37, myriad of injuries. You know, but Greg, there's still something so special about that play.
Yeah, I mean, so much of his game is about movement. And Kevin, after 13 full seasons and factor in all of the international competition, you're going to have to start to show some wear and tear, and that's been the case for Manu.
Excellent point. He played 4 pro years overseas before the NBA.
You know, guys, getting back to Ginobili, the most concerning part about last year centers around his shooting. Down in field goal, 3-point, and free throw percentage. Just could not find the mark all season long.
And looking forward for Ginobili, he may have to reshape his game a little bit. Less commotion overall to try and reduce turnovers. Maybe accepting more of a toned-down role versus the catalyst role that he's really enjoyed over the course of his career.
And both free throws good for Brooks.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Spurs working the ball around now. And it's Patty Mills with the threes. Mills has got his first 3 points of the game.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Well, as Greg was just talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
And it's good.
Well-executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
It's stolen by West. Mirajic grabs the miss.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen, a double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch, that's painful.
Brooks outside. Pass to Portis. Fades and shoots. And that's going to be a treble.
Spurs ball. Into the lineup for Spurs. Boris Diaw. Kevin Martin.
Martin wide open. He fires. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Bulls lead by 7. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And we had the chance to catch up with Greg Popovich, and he talked about how he felt Tony Parker ranks among the league's best point guards.
To be in the conversation, I think, is totally appropriate. And Tony is very often not even in the conversation when people talk about top 10 guards and that sort of thing, which has always amazed me. All you hear is all the other names, whoever the new young guard is. And there's a lot of great ones. But to leave his name out seems ridiculous to me.
Pop breaking it down and telling it like it is as usual, Clark. You got to love having a guy like that as your coach.
Without question. I mean, you have no idea how huge that is for a player to get that kind of support and backing from his coach. Is Tony Parker a great all-star and champion? In my book, absolutely, without question. But would he have reached that level without Greg Popovich?
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
And frankly, I mean, that was sloppy play on the other side's part, but not all of it. They put the screws to him, that's for sure.
Spurs trail by 7. On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Aldridge out there with Duncan. Then it's West. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Leonard in at the shooting guard position. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big. Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Spurs trail by 6. Here's Leonard. Butler with the steal. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Here's Rose. Back to Butler. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Butler's got 4 points in the quarter. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Leonard, the pass to Aldridge.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick. And what good work there to get in the way of it.
Leonard with the ball. Gasol covering. Here's Duncan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg. Can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players, passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. We're talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
West outside. Aldridge dishes to West. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. From deep, Rose. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Outside Butler. Gasol kicks to Gibson. Misses in close. We're getting back to Duncan's rebounding. He's always had the great size and wingspan and timing, and he really positions himself well for those rebounds. But what seems to separate him is his quiet toughness. He'll never back down.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, he's not a guy that's... And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Here's Aldridge. It's good from inside. Aldridge has got his first basket of the night. Chicago leading by 6. Rose kicks to Gasol. Here's Gibson. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Gasol. McDermott comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Justin Holiday's checked in for Butler. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. They get it back. Chicago's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Here's Diaw, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition.
And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. And finished off by Martin.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And, Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition.
Mirotic. And the 3 off target.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Antonio calls timeout.
And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Chicago making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Now here's Mills. Brooks covering. Shot's good by Mills.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. .103 left in the first half. And Brooks, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. Brooks has got 7 points.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And it's Martin missing.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And now it's Green running. He can go all the way.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
That's good. 6 points for him.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop. And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Passes to Portis. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The jump hook. It's Chicago with another bucket.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Here's Mills. He's got 5. Now here's Green. Deflects the pass. McDermott with the steal. The drive by Brooks. Ball's knocked loose. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. It's the Bulls. They lead by 4. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Pau, tell us what have been the key aspects to how this team is playing so far through the first 2 quarters.
Well, I just had to be aggressive from the beginning.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Chicago was looking great right away. Their exceptional focus and all-around execution immediately triggered a 15-4 run at the start. By the end of the first quarter, they still had an 8-point lead. Going into the second quarter, they lost a little focus, sacrificed some points, but still finished with a 4-point cushion at the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they called the right plays, and then they executed. Great job in the first half. That's why they were so efficient, and they shot so accurately. The defense threw a number of different looks at them, but they were always prepared because they were cool, calm, and efficient.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, it was a huge first half for their bench, a.k.a. the others, played pretty good. When you get a boost like this, it always gives the team a lift. And given how well the others are contributing, we'll probably continue to see more minutes for them in the second half. Starters or not, when players are producing, you got to ride them, cowboy.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
Talk about a terrific game for Butler. He has 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward spot. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
And oh, here we go. Dunleavy's got it. The fast break chance. Can't get it to fall.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Here's Duncan. Knocks it loose. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
And checking out some numbers for Butler. Really been a key contributor over the past month. Averaging about 15 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
Sure, you know, most guys would be satisfied with that stat line, but he's built for more.
Lets it go with a 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 4 assists in the game. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. West comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Gibson passes to Butler. Kicks it out to Gibson. Gasol dishes to Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gibson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And Gasol sends it back.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Rose kicks to Gibson. Butler passes to Gibson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And Dunleavy gets it to go in. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Butler with the steal. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul. Here's Rose. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. To the wing on the left. All sorts of time. And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That's foul number 2 for him. San Antonio's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight. Knocked down 5 of them. They need this. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Three-pointer, Butler. Rebound, San Antonio. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And Mills kicks it to West. buries the long-range jumper. West has got it back down to within single digits for the Spurs. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the middle, it's tipped. Dunleavy dishes to Gasol. The 17-footer goes down. And the Bulls lead by 10.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
San Antonio calls timeout. Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. We know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired that and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland, and he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he's become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Talking about Dunleavy, boy, I tell you, he was playing at a high level already by his second season in the league. Practically every statistic across the board matches up since then, and that's over a decade later.
Portis, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. Daniel Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
And getting back to Dunleavy's consistency here, in his later years. He's one of those guys who has really ramped up the nutrition. He's hitting the weight. I could make the case that he was a tougher, better player last year, especially on defense, than at any other time in his career.
The pass to Butler. Shot is off. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And Ginobili, here we go. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and freewheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Gasol. Doug McDermott comes in for Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. And again, Chicago, no good.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Getting back to Ginobili and Popovich, everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless ways, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite.
Yeah. You know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, I mean, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like, and not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
Brooks with it. Now Green defending. Pass to Portis. And stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here come the Spurs. Ginobili leading the charge. That ties the game.
Soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
You know, I got to say, Clark, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going to go.
We saw it. Ended up right where it was supposed to, in the basket.
Sure did.
And guys, you know what? Neither did the defense. I don't think they had a clue.
Butler kicks to McDermott. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his third assist on the night.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And the basket by Ginobili.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's on Jimmy Butler.
Fellas, you look at Boris Diaw and say, my goodness, if he could just get in better shape. But he uses every bit of that significant backside of his to his advantage. Opponents can't get through him or around him, so he's making good use of the extra LB.
Chicago making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Kawhi Leonard comes in for West. Martin's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Tony Parker subbed in for Green. We've got 28 seconds left in the third. Leonard, boom, he jams it straight down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And he misses the go-ahead basket. Here's Mirotic, and the miss. It's all tied in Chicago. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. So at Chicago now, 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. On the floor for San Antonio, defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the one. And Aldridge slams it in.
And that's what we're used to him doing, but he really just hasn't had that typical impact offensively. If they keep getting him touches, this game won't be tied for long. And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Outside Rose. It's tipped. Dunleavy, the pass to Gasol. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Chicago.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Here's Leonard to the inside. Aldridge can't get it to go.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
And here we go. And Butler sends it back. And they're pushing it up. Here's Dunleavy. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Aldridge. San Antonio's gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Parker kicks to Leonard. Off the pick by the Bulls. Gibson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Butler missing. The Spurs have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Aldridge with it. Gasol covering. Green dishes to Leonard. Aldridge a screen. To take the lead. San Antonio again missing. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's
Some hang time on that rim. Puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Leonard. Now the feed to Aldridge. 6 to shoot. Parker passes to Leonard. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Now talking about Parker and the bigs, Tony benefited from their presence, Clark, but they also benefited from his play.
Really, early in their careers, the only way to defend Parker and Duncan was to pack the lane, and once Tony developed a consistent jump shot, the only way to defend them was to hope and pray.
Right. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Chicago calls timeout. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. It was a pretty upbeat huddle. He said, "I'll bet they won't take us lightly next time, guys." Clearly, he was aware of their underdog status coming into this basketball game, guys.
All right, Doris. Portis is checked in for Taj Gibson. Leonard dishes to Duncan. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead. Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that wall.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Rose gets to Gasol. And the shot falls short this time.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Leonard, the pass to Duncan. Here's Diaw. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. And now it's a 3-point Spurs lead.
Crisp pass into the paint.
The Bulls have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Portis. He's guarded by Diaw. Shot from the low block. That's no good, but just his first miss in 5 shots. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against Houston. Leonard kicks to Duncan. Cuts off the pass. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Here's Rose. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
Bulls ball.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack. He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
That's good. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Portis, the pass to Gasol. Connects! And now they trail by just 4.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
And that's an intentional foul. A different look now for San Antonio. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Diaw. Green comes in for Kevin Martin. And Tony Parker subbed in for David West. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. And so they foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Bulls.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Taking 2 shots.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Yeah, but they need some help. They're going to need some help any way you look at it. I mean, they're hoping for some missed free throws at the other end.
.20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Leonard gets it to go.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're down by 8. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And look, this one's out of reach. I don't know what they're thinking with this timeout.
Neither do I. I mean, maybe they're going over their plans for after the game. Who knows? But let's just get out of here.
And a tough break as a second attempt at the line. No good. Inside. Here's Rose. It's good.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Derrick Rose. That's his third personal foul. Shooting for Chicago. Patty Mills. At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 7. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in it.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game, but whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
Brooks, that's a two-pointer. Nails it.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed...
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm here.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
There's no question about it. As far as small forwards go, Kawhi Leonard is right up there with the best of them. You know if you leave him open, he's going to knock it down every look he gets. But what makes him elite is his stifling brand of D.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from. I gotta hold down the city.
This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind the scenes. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind the scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind the scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive. Ready for some fun? Tune in now. This week on NBA 2K TV, we show you some behind the scenes bloopers. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. Update you on road to the finals. Vote on your most laughable plays of the season. And give you a chance to earn BC and 2K TV Interactive.
I'm next. Hey, I'm next. Let's go. I got next. Right here. On deck. I got next gen. Hey, right here, I got next. I'm in. Yo, let me get next. Yo, I got next. I got next. Hey, right here, I got next. I'm next. I got next game. Hey, yo, right here. Yo, I got next. I got next game. Hey, I'm next. I got next game. Yo, I got next right here. Yo, I got next. Yo, next game. got next. I'm in. Yo, I got next right here. Hey, yo, my man, I got next. Yo, I'm next. I got next, Jay. I got next. Yo, let me get next. Yo, I got next game. I got next game. Hey, I'm next. Let's go, I got next. Yo, I got next right here.
Weezy, what's good with you, boy? What's up, Big Tweez? I am. Hold on, I just bought VC. I'm about to make a new character. Alright. Yeah.
I'm next. Hey, right here, I got next. I got next game. I'm in. Right here. Let's go, I got next. Yo, let me get next. Hey, yo, right here. Let's go. I got next. Yo, I got next. I got next. Hey, right here, I got next. Yo, I got next game.
I'm next.
I'm in. Shot. Yo, I got next. I got next. Yo, get that kid. Shot. That's all you, man. I got that kid. Yo, right here. Let's go. I got next. Yo, let me get next. right here. Let's go. I got next. Hey, yo, my man, I got next. Hey, yo, right here. Hey, yo, let me get next. Hey, right here, I got next. got next, right here. Hey, yo, right here. Hey, I'm next. I'm in. Yo, let me get next. Hey, I'm next. I got next again. Yo, I got next right here. Yo, I got next. Hey, yo, my man, I got next. Yo, I got next. I got next.